Who's going to be the first one to step up the neck? Down the first leg, undermine time. 1, 2, sweeping big blows up that backbone. And it will be maybe, who's going to be the first one? And it'll be Hamirera King. Up the neck he goes, the young fella. Oh, bit of a niggle there. He's a big, strong, strapping young lad, under control again. Up and round the shoulders they go. Semi-final time it is, ladies and gentlemen. It is all or nothing for these young shearers. They have one shot to make that top 6, Norm. And I tell you what, they really need to start bringing their A game, don't they?
Oh, they definitely do. If they want to get through into the top 6, that's what they've got to have, all right. And it wouldn't hurt to have a compliant sheep as well. Hiorda is having a wee bit of trouble there, but he won't be too worried about it as long as he doesn't let it get to him. Just keep with the plan, Hiorda. He's right there and or thereabouts as far as speed goes, so he's got nothing to worry about really. But it is a bit unsettling when you're trying your very, very best and the sheep are battling you. But he's got it sorted, swings around into the first front shoulder. Iruiti right behind him there on stand number 3, round into the front shoulder he goes as well. Cole Claydon way through into the long blow, another couple of shots and he's going to be heading into base of the ear. Front shoulder as well for Lockie Crofer on stand 5. Tyrone Oliver, long blow. Another shot, he'll step over with his right foot. Alex Kirkpatrick from Tikakino on stand number 1, right into the base of the ear. He stepped across, as has Hiorda, as has Iruiti. Oh, he will in a minute. Oh, he will in a minute. I thought he was. It was just the angle he had the sheep on. That sheep just not playing the game either. King boys are getting knocked around here tonight, but turning for home. Cole Claydon. Cheek comes off on stands 1 and stand 4. And stand 6 as well. Tyrone Oliver right there as well, Kerry. So bit of a ding-dong battle on stands 1, 4 and 6. And the rest are right there with them as well. Pretty close run thing, this first heat in the novice semi-final.
Yeah, well, that's right, Norm. These young competitors, they really got to start stepping up to the plate. This is the time that it is all or nothing for these competitors. We have 18. We are going down to 6. That is a very, very big cut. There's no second chances. It is Golden Shears final time, ladies and gentlemen. Side Novice Shearing semi-final heat number 1. And down and out the flank goes Alex Kirkpatrick on stand number 1, leading the way just by a whisker at the moment. Down and out the flank goes stand 2. Down and out the flank goes stand number 4. Nothing really separating these shearers at the moment. Very, very good semi-final heat number 1 this, Norm. Down and out the flank they go. Who's it going to be, ladies and gentlemen? Get in behind these young shearers. They want to hear the crowd. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. This is our first of the semi-finals. Down and out the flank, and it's going to be, will it be the man? Yes, it will be Alex Smith. And then followed by the young man on stand number 2. Aridi King, down and out the flank he goes. Finishing touches for him. Lockie Crafer, down and out the flank he goes. Finishing touches for him. And there we go, down on stand number 6, ladies and gentlemen. And then finishing touches there, Lockie Crafer, well done, my man. And finishing touches on this first heat of this semi-final, ladies and gentlemen. Down and out the flank goes the young fella. Finishing touches for him. Rightio, my man. Look for that time clock. Well done, Aridi King, ladies and gentlemen. Heat number 1 of this semi-final.
Well done, guys. Heat number 1 it was. Heat 2, Nuki, who we got coming up now?
Heat 2 in the Novice Shearing, Sam Leake, Connor McIntyre, Rosie Bates, Jeremy Huddy, Josh Devine and Ruka Swan, please. If you'd like to take the stand. Yep, they're ready to go. Could we have heat 3 ready to go after this of the Novice Shearing semi-final? If you'd like to come down to the left of the stage. Matt O'Reilly, Anna Rasmussen, Chief Whakahundi, Max Kyle, Michael Buick and Jasmine Cook.
So heat 2 it is on the board. The Sidecton sponsored Novice Shearing semi-final, the top 18, all vying for a spot in the top 6. That top 6 will take place this evening, a wee bit later on tonight. Three events between now and then, so
Well, we gave you heaps of time to get up there. The way you can't do anything about
So the shearers waiting in the wings. The points will be just getting sorted. And we'll be underway very shortly. Big thanks to our sponsor, Sidecton. And also, of course, our committee here at the Golden Shears. Awesome event once again they've put on, and a lot of work that's gone on in behind the scenes working with our sponsors. So a big thanks to the team involved with organising and working with our sponsors. It's a bit of a thankless task, that one, but most of the sponsors here involved at the Golden Shears are very, very happy to be here and to be involved and to be supporting our competitors, whether it be shearing, wool handling or pressing. So well done to all our sponsors right across the board. And of course, like we said a wee bit earlier this afternoon, a huge team in behind the scenes. A big thank you to everyone involved. For every competitor you see up on the stage in these finals, there'd probably be 10 or 15 people behind the scenes. So we have the names up just a couple of seconds and we'll be having a green light and we'll be underway as soon as our points people are ready. And we're all set to go. So heat number 2 it is the Sidecton Novice semi-final. Timekeepers ready. Competitors set, go. And off we go in and out of the pen. Rosie Bates screaming in and out of there. And we're starting up on stand number 1 from Tikakino, Sam Leake. Way down into the first hind leg he goes. Stand number 2 from Ponaroa, Kona McIntyre. From Hastings on 3, Rosie Bates. Jerem Hardy on stand number 4 from Gisborne. Josh Devane from Taihape on 5, and rounding it up down there on stand number 6 is Rika Swan from Wairarapa. This is the novice, this is the entry level grade in competition shearing here at the Golden Shears. This is where it all starts. This is where all our past and former champions in the open grade have all started. At some stage in their career, they started like you got to, right at the very start. Novice shearers up here on the stage, Kerry. They watched the first heat. They had the luxury of watching that. They had the luxury of seeing what their time was and what their total points were. So they'll have a plan in place, and away they go.
Yeah, without a doubt, Norm, they would. These competitors, they'll have a mentor that they would have gone back to. They would have gone through the heats, and they just they would have had a bit of a debrief and sort of talked about what they did wrong, talked about what they maybe could have done better, and then they would have talked about their gear, and the gear is the big part. Now the question is, everyone's got the same sort of gear, but some people grind it a little bit different to others. Some people do a little bit more work with a bit of sandpaper, just finding up the edges and finding up the teeth, making it into the wool better. It is all about preparation. Once these shearers have got to the board, ladies and gentlemen, there would have been a lot of preparation go into just one sheep, as we see here. And down and over the last side goes Sam Leake, the young fella on stand number 1. One sheep in this semi-final, ladies and gentlemen. We are looking for our top 6. And the Sydecton Novice Shearing semi-final, heat number 2 we are, ladies and gentlemen. Down and over the last side these shearers go. Pretty much all 6 shearers right with each other. Nothing really separating the field in this one. Down and out the flank they go. Sam Leake just leading the way by a whisker at the moment. Down and out the flank he goes. Rosie Bates there on 3. Down and over the last side she goes. Takes the trimming on the top side of the leg, under their final shoulder, and down and out the flank she will go. Josh Devine down there on stand number 5 finishes the long blow, but it's going to be the man on stand number 1, is it, ladies and gentlemen, to take the time clock. There we go, Sam Leake, ladies and gentlemen. Push your button, my man. Well done. And Jeremy Hurry down there on stand number 4. Well done, my man. And down and out the flank goes that young fella down there on stand number 6. The young Riker Swan, ladies and gentlemen. And in your Norm, you probably don't get much more of a novice than that young fella.
Yeah. Look at the big guy down there. Lets the sheep out, so does Connor McIntyre. Finishing touches there for Rosie Bates on stand number 3. Finishing touches for Josh Devane. Rosie Bates, done and dusted. Up and out it goes. She's done all she can for that sheep within the time frame. And she looks happy enough. Just having a quick look at the judges' score. Of course, the outside points come into it as well. Josh Devane rolls around under the hamstring. Over the tail he's got to go. Just a shot or 2 left, and he'll be looking for his cord, and his button hits the time clock. That's the first thing you reach for. Now this machine goes off. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Novice Shearing semi-final number 2.
Could we have Matt O'Reilly and Rasmussen, Chief Fakoli, Max Kyle, Michael Buick and Jasmine Cook, please?
So taking the stand, this is the 3rd and final heat in the semi-finals of the novice. Still looking for a spot in the top 6. Matt O'Reilly from Tikakino on 1. Anna Rasmussen from Hastings on 2. Chief Whakaoe from Tikakino on stand 3. Max Kyle also from Tikakino on stand number 4. Michael Buick from Ponaroa on stand 5. Jasmine Cook, local girl there on stand number 6. That lines up the last heat, all ready to rock and roll. Another good heat. Talented shearers, these young ones. Of course, at the very cusp of their shearing career, if that's what they continue to go and do, there'll be a few people, you know, in other aspects of the agricultural world up there. Great thing for the young shepherds and musterers to click on to as well as shearing carry. Nothing wrong with learning how to shear, getting up there. They can shear the dog tuckers, they can shear the muttons. If anything needs shorn anywhere around the farm, they can get in and do it, crutch the ewes and the lambs. A lot of work with a handpiece required on a farm or a station.
Yeah, it's a really good stepping stone for these young shearers. And ladies and gentlemen, the facts are that these young shearers, this 18, well, there's 70 actually in the heats. This is our future shearers, ladies and gentlemen. We could be looking at a world record holder. You just never know. As we wait a green light for our start, Norm.
Yes. Yeah, you're right, Kerry. There's a lot of very talented young people out there. And we have the green lights. Timekeepers ready. Competitors set, go. And away we go. The third and final heat in the Sidecton-sponsored Novice Shearing semi-final, looking for the top 6 out of the 18 shearers. The 6 we're witnessing right now and the 12 that we've just seen compete. The lowest scores up on that big board upstairs, the total score, the lower the better. The lowest 6 scores will go through into the final tonight. We'll let you know as the results come to hand who they are. If you've got your program in front of you, you might be writing them in as well. So you probably already know who they are, or you will when this one's finished. Matt O'Reilly slides one shot up the top side of the backbone, followed by another one up the bottom side of the backbone. On stand number 1 is Matt. Anna Rasmussen, we saw her shearing for Iona College in the Students' Challenge just a wee while ago. Up there she is, battling it out again. So the head comes forward in front of the knees, right over the back of the head and into the wee space between the eye and the ear. So she's doing it perfectly. The head, you get that bit right and the rest of it falls into place. The first half of the sheep has to be bang on. So up she comes, up the neck. Chief Whakawe already been there and done it as he just slides in towards the ear. Very careful around the ears they have to be. All these young shearers will know how easy it is to make a mistake on the old lug of the sheep. So he brings it up into the base of the ear, pulls the ear forward, and off the back of the ear he rolls around the back of the head. Young Chief, and follows it with another one, just cleans off. You want a nice line from the underneath of the front shoulder to the ear when you hit the long blow. That's what Chief's trying to achieve there. Max Cole, also from Tikakino. Oh, there's some good young shearers from that area up here competing at the Golden Shears in the lower grades. Matthew Buick from Ponaroa, very, very famous shearing last name, that's for sure. Away he goes into the long blow, young Matthew. Another couple of shots and he'll be looking for the base of the ear on the opposite side. Round onto the last front shoulder though is Jasmine Cook down there on stand number 6. Kerry winds the wool off the last front shoulder. She just bricks the sheep up, lifts it a bit higher, keeps it under control, and she's out in front at this stage as far as speed goes.
Yeah, she's coming out of the blocks well, hasn't she, ladies and gentlemen? The young girl Jasmine Cook down there on stand number 6. Got a very, very good shearing sheep in the young girl. She knows exactly what to do with it. Under the final shoulder she goes. Takes the trimming on the top side of the leg. Under that final shoulder and down and out the flank she'll go. Heat semi-final number 3, ladies and gentlemen, of the Sidecton Novice Shearing Golden Shears 2020. We have almost found our top 6. This is heat number 3, ladies and gentlemen. We are almost there. Under the final shoulder and down and out the flank. Finishing touches for the young girl down there, Jasmine Cook on stand 6, ladies and gentlemen. Pops that head forward, ultimate control over her sheep. Down and out the flank she goes, finishing touches. Down and out the flank goes Matt O'Reilly on stand number 1. He's come out of nowhere. Who's going to be the first one to go for the time clock? Is it going to be 1? Is it going to be 6? Who will it be, ladies and gentlemen? And it is, I'm not sure. Jasmine Cook it might be. Matt O'Reilly. Just by a whisker. Just by a whisker. And the young Chief comes home. Well done, my man. And out the hole goes Max Kyle as well. Anna Rasmussen, down and out the flank she goes. That sheep just give her a little bit of a gentle, Norm. It's some of these ewes are big, strong animals, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it there. Fantastic condition, but very strong, of course, as you can see. Real credit to Matai all the team out there at Tamatai. And there goes Michael Buick, done and dusted. Sheep's out the hole, beautifully shorn sheep. And finishing touches, and out it goes. Oh, talking about beautifully shorn sheep. It's going to be a close run thing. That's the beauty of having such a strong field in this grade. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Our novice shearing semi-finalists. We'll let you know who the top 6 are as soon as those results come to hand. The next event is the semi-final of the novice wool handling. So this one, folks, proudly sponsored by Pawai Mullins Shearing. And we're going to get Toma Mullins back on the microphone. He's going to run us through the novice wool handling semi-final. Big thanks to Pawai Mullins.
Thank you, Norm. Once the tables are set and everything's ready, the semi-final number 1 in the novice wool handling, Lucy Neverman on table 1, Sean Walker on table 2, Michael Buick on table 3, and Laura Bradley on table 4. Heat number 2, Shania Hema, Robin Krause, Megan Gowans and Grace Tiate. That'll be heat number 2 in the junior semi-finals. The first competitors, the Queens, be ready. We're in the tables and everything is set. Thanks.
Well, welcome back. As promised, we did say we were going to catch up with the winners of the school challenge, and we had to have a bit of a wait because not only were they in the challenge, but then these two young men, and most of them actually from that challenge, had to then share in the novice semi-finals. So wasn't a fluke the first time, was it, guys? So look, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourselves. Where are you from? Who are you and who are you representing here?
I'm Connor McIntyre, originally from Dennyburg. Pukemero's probably 5 minutes out of Dennyburg, and yeah.
Cool. Okay, so how long have you been training?
In my second year currently, so I think we've been back about 3-4 months maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, well done.
I'm Zane Rogers. I'm originally from Gisborne, and I'm a second year at Pukemiro Station.
Oh, that's fantastic, guys. So Pukemiro took out the honours this evening in some pretty cool kind of competition up there. You had the whole range of secondary schools from a girls' college to the locals, Rathkeil. How much did you beat them by?
It was tight the whole way, I think.
Oh, you guys are typical. You don't say much, do you?
No, not a lot.
No, not a lot. Not until you got a dog in front of you.
Yeah.
So, talk to me a little bit about shearing. You know, how important is this for your role, and how much do you enjoy it? Did you like what happened down there?
I probably haven't been shearing for too long, probably not quite 2 years, so I mean, sort of a lot of new people I've met through it's been pretty great.
Yeah.
Sort of a lot more to it than it looks.
That's right, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
I've just kind of picked up a little bit, and every now and then it's very handy to whip a fleece or something, so yeah.
Well, especially now that you guys hold the red ribbon for the challenge. I mean, what a proud moment for the trustees of the ADB Williams. And I do know some of them, obviously Dave McKenzie and Nicola Roberts. Do you guys know the trustees at all? Or?
Yeah, they're always popping in and out and very friendly. And Russell Knight does a shearing school with us for a week, so he's one of the best, I'd say. Yeah.
Oh, well, you're not wrong, and I'm sure you'll see Russell shearing in the Evergreens a bit later on. I mean, he's been around for a long time, and you're quite right. He certainly does know what he's doing. Yeah. So what next? What next for you for the rest of the year in terms of your guys' training and your program? Have you got any... Actually, no. The better question is, where do you want to be in 5 years? There we go. Who's first?
Probably down south on some of the big country.
Yep.
Yeah, quite a lot look at some of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Out the back when no one can bother you too much.
Well, long may that last. And what about you?
I'm easy. Just wherever I'm, I quite like looking like Wairarapa or Gisborne and...
Yeah, some big country.
Yeah, I'd love that, yeah.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Well, can I just congratulate you both on a fabulous event there. You had to work hard to achieve that, and for this is being beamed out, live streamed at the moment. To the audience is still quite small, but by the end of the Golden Shears, we would have ticked up something like 150,000 clicks. So to our viewers, wherever you are in the world, I hope you congratulate these two young men, as we all do here at Golden Shears. Very proud of you guys. Well done, and well done, Pukemiro Station.
Thank you. Yep.
We'll have the frib wool, in another basket, the belly wool. And then the shearers move into the crutch area, so you will have short wool, there'll be a bit of stain, soft wool will be around there also. Then they move up the neck, they take the top knot off, and that top knot wool has got a basket of its own as well. And then they'll shear around the neck, clear around the cheek wool needs to come off. There's to be no neck wool to come off the board or first pieces, that's all to be skirted on the table. If it was second shear wool, they would be doing all the processing at the board, but for long wool Gerald, it's all on the tables, most of it.
Yeah, that's right, Tuma. The table adds a lot of, couple of little jobs. Really, one, it puts it at a very good height for the wool handler to go around the edges where that stained wool is. What are they trying to do? They're trying to add value to it for the farmer, of course. And the other thing it does is those little wee fluffy things, which are called second cuts, and that's what the judges are shearing judging when it comes to a shearing event. Those little fluffy things fall through the table so it doesn't end up in this main line of wool. Well, here we go, the one and only here, the throw. There's a few points tied up in this. We're looking for the fleece to basically cover the whole table and not be hanging. A real good one by Bradley down there on table 4. She'll be happy with that. Back to the board they go. Sweep the board clean under sheared conditions. The shearer will be coming out again now with another one to shear. So off to where they go. Buick, well, he'll be already full of a bit of adrenaline from the shearing he's just done. Around the edges they flick. They're looking for these the stained wool, okay, in and around the legs, the longer grass that's been rubbing up against the bottom of the fleece, the wool that's sort of where the belly was, okay. That's what they've got to pull out. But they don't want to be pulling out too much or too little, all right? They've got to get the dead right amount. So where does the wool go? Once we've got these 9 lines all lined up, it goes out the back. The judges have beautiful white light and a bit more time to you go through every basket and every little crack and cranny to make sure everything is where it should be. Whoops, we've got a bit of a stumble here on the front. Lucy Neverman says, holy smoke, she's all on. I'm excited as Bullio, and so you should be the top 8. Here we go. Down the bottom there, Bradley revs that up to him. Gives the old table a bit of a shake. We're starting to get a bit of rattle and rumble at the moment. You want to bring them home, Tuma? They're onto the brooms.
Well, I'm watching the Shantae Walker on table number 2. She looks pretty sharp. She's moving around the table. Even this young Lucy on table number 1. There we go. Lucy's got her time. Time for Michael Buick. Time for Shantae. Laura Bradley, she was the top qualifier into this event. She's usually a shearer. She doesn't usually do a lot of wool handling, so she's a little bit out of her comfort. There she goes. Laura Bradley, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Nikki, let's have heat number 2 in.
Once all the wool was behind Jackie was done, so we have Shania Hema, Robin Kraus, Megan Gallons, and Grace Yato.